Recording. Okay, so this is a God thing that occurred to my family, at least a portion of them, a number of years ago. Actually, I think it was about 20 years ago. And here was the incident. Colleen and our youngest daughter, Kelly, had just spent a couple days in Windsor, Ontario, for a long weekend, and we were on our way back. We were driving to a hotel at the airport in Detroit, and we were going to spend the night at the airport, and then they were going to drop me off, and I'm going to take a plane off to a speaking engagement, and the two of them were going to continue on back to Grand Rapids and settle in. So we're on our way from Windsor to the airport, which those of you who know the Detroit area means I-94, driving west on 94, and as it happened, it was about 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon, so you know we're talking heavy, heavy rush hour traffic here. So it's 3 lanes going there. At that point, it's 3 lanes of traffic, very heavy, driving west, stop and go kind of thing. And I was in the center lane of the 3-lane road, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed an empty flatbed truck exiting the exit, and evidently had misjudged things, had to jam on his brakes because I saw the smoke come from the brakes, and at that moment the flatbed trailer jackknifed, and it swung across the road like this, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye coming, and I was able to move over to the left-hand lane. Evidently there's just a spot there where there wasn't any traffic, weird, but I could move over to the left lane, but it swung all the way across, and it hit us, hit the back of our car like this, right at the back corner, and eventually I took the whole panel off, but it pushed us then up against the cement barrier between the oncoming traffic, you know, pushed us up, rolled us up about 100 yards. We stopped because of the gas shutoff valve stopped. And so the trailer then was jackknifed perpendicular like this across all 3 lanes of traffic. So all 3 lanes are stopped behind it. We rolled up ahead a ways, about 100 yards or so, and we're stopped there also. And Colleen and Kelly are both in shock, and crying and upset and physically injured. And I was confused. You know, in a situation like that, it happens so fast, and you find yourself, I was very confused, not sure what to do. Was able to get out of the car because it moved off a little bit from the side, and walk over, try to calm Colleen down. Kelly was in the back seat, and you know, it was a very confusing time. Everybody's upset, not quite sure if anybody's hurt, not quite sure of anything. And a couple nurses showed up, and I remember one was white, one was black. They both had on uniforms that had Henry Ford Hospital, little tags, Henry Ford Hospital. One even had a stethoscope coming out of her pocket, and they just took over. You know, they attended to Colleen, they attended to Kelly, calmed everybody down, said, you know, okay, and then took vital signs and all that. And then an ambulance came, and the ambulance had come because he couldn't come up from the flow of traffic. He had to come down to the exit, down an exit, had to come down this way to get to us. So he came the wrong way. You know, there's no traffic because they're all behind us. Came the wrong way and loaded everybody up. 2 people in the ambulance, and I sat in the driver's seat, and off we went. And so they took us to Henry Ford Hospital emergency room, and there's a pediatric side for Kelly and an adult side for Colleen, and I went back and forth. I was okay, and I went back and forth between the 2 of them, checking out one and go check out the other one and go back and forth. Okay, so it turned out that they had they were just shaken up. There really was no, even though they put them in, you know, headboards and all that sort of stuff to take them, there really was no physical damage to either one of them. And we called a friend in Detroit to come and get us, and he did, and collected us from the hospital and took us to the hotel. Then we began to work on where's the car and all that sort of stuff. But somewhere in there, we started to talk about the event, and I remember the ER driver had dropped us, you know, had taken us to the ER, the EMT guy, and I had said to him, boy, it's a sure thing those nurses showed up. And he didn't say anything, but he gave me kind of a strange look, like, you know, What are you talking about? But you know, that wasn't the topic. Topic was get to the hospital. And so we did. So anyway, the three of us are then beginning to talk about it. We said, boy, it's a sure thing those nurses showed up. And then I thought, wait a minute. How'd they get there? They couldn't have come from back there. We would have seen them coming if they were just fortunately be on the other side of the perpendicular truck that stopped all the traffic. I mean, we would have seen them coming. We didn't see them coming. They couldn't have come across the other side because there's 3 lanes of traffic, rush hour traffic. They couldn't have come down from, you know, in Detroit, you know, they call it the ditches. The expressways are below grade level. You know, they're down 20 feet, or they call them in the ditches. So, and the exit nearest was blocked with the truck and all this stuff going on there. And there's fences. I mean, they could have climbed the fence and come down the bank. How'd they get there? And what happened to them? And all 3 of us at one time said, angels. Oh, we had a physical manifestation of angels who appeared when they needed to, took care of us, and disappeared. And I mean, ever since, I mean, it's 20 years ago, we call it, it's our angel story. You know, it's all 3 of us, 100%, no doubt whatsoever. I mean, when it finally dawned on us, there was no doubt whatsoever. These are angels sent by God to take care of us. That's my story.